He was the man who revolutionized the way we look at technology. Now, at 56, Steve Jobs has died. Born in 1955 and adopted by a couple in California, Jobs was raised in the heart of American Silicon Valley. After graduating from high school, Jobs enrolled at Reed College in Portland, Oregon, only to drop out after one semester. That did little to quell his ambition though, and after a brief stint working for video game maker Atari, he went on to found Apple Computers in a garage with his close friend Steve Wozniak. Though he wasn't the technical sort, Jobs had a brilliant business mind as well as a keen sense for design. Their first computer, the Apple I, made its debut at the Homebrew Computer Club in Palo Alto, California, and was quickly followed by the Apple II. The computer went on to sell millions, becoming the first mass-market personal computer. In 1982, however, sales began to sag in the face of competition from IBM's new PC. Hope came in the form of a meeting with engineers at the Xerox PARC research facility, where Apple engineers were introduced to the company's work, including the mouse and folder-based graphical user interface that's still prevalent today. Those meetings led to the development of Macintosh, the first commercially successful computer to sport a GUI, which was unveiled to rapturous applause by Jobs in 1984. To launch the Mac, Apple commissioned an advert to run during the 1984 Super Bowl. Directed by Ridley Scott and with a budget of almost $1 million, the advert is considered a masterpiece in advertising, showcasing Jobs' talent at marketing that would later prove invaluable to the company.
We shall prevail.
Despite the initial success of the Mac, a sales slump toward the end of 1984, along with criticism from employees who described him as an erratic and temperamental manager, led to tensions between Jobs and John Sculley, the Apple CEO who Jobs famously led away from Pepsi Cola. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple Computers in 1985. Devastated, he would speak to Playboy in 1987, telling them,
"I feel like somebody just punched me in the stomach and knocked all my wind out. I'm only 30 years old and I want to have a chance to continue creating things. I know I've got at least one more great computer in me, and Apple is not going to give me a chance to do that."
Though disheartened, Jobs wasn't down and out, and in 1986 he purchased the visual effects house Pixar from George Lucas for just $5 million, with an additional $5 million injected into the company. Pixar went on to make the critically acclaimed Toy Story, the first feature-length CGI film, along with hits such as Finding Nemo, WALL-E, and Up. In 2006, Disney bought Pixar in an all-stock transaction worth $7.4 billion.
Lightyear, I come in peace.
Jobs didn't leave computing entirely though, and before his purchase of Pixar, he founded Next, a computer company that developed specialized computer workstations. The company didn't achieve much in the way of commercial success, but its object-oriented Next Step operating system provided the foundation for Apple's OS X operating system. Apple purchased Next in 1996 for $429 million, bringing Jobs back into the company he founded. He made his debut as interim CEO at the 1997 Macworld Expo, receiving a standing ovation from the audience. After rejoining Apple, he led the company to great success, revolutionizing desktop computer design with the iMac, laptop design with the Titanium PowerBook, and operating system design with OS X. Jobs was famously obsessed with design and style, something he said Microsoft always lacked.
The only problem with Microsoft is they just have no taste.
Jobs' keen eye for design, along with his showmanship and presentation skills, often referred to as the reality distortion field, saw Apple begin to build up a devoted fan base. But it wasn't till the announcement of the iPod in 2001 that Apple really began to hit the mass market.
iMac, iBook, iPod.
There had been digital music players before, but the iPod's simple design and ease of use put it in a different league. The iPod, along with the iTunes Store, changed not only the way people listen to music, but also the entire music industry, turning Apple from a niche computer maker into a household name. Changing the entire music industry wasn't enough for Jobs, though, and in 2007, he unveiled Apple's greatest coup, the iPhone.
And we are calling it iPhone.
The iPhone's multi-touch screen and user interface changed people's perception of what a smartphone could be. The release of the App Store in 2008 was another success for Jobs, turning the iPhone into a device whose functionality could be expanded with just a few taps of the screen. Over 15 billion app downloads later, and the App Store continues to change industries, with an explosion of games threatening the markets of established players such as Nintendo and Sony. The release of the iPad in 2010 further cemented Apple's mobile dominance, giving Jobs yet another success, and in an area where many had tried and failed before. Since news of his death broke, there has been a substantial outpouring from the tech and gaming communities, both of which Jobs helped significantly shape.
Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. And don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. So keep looking. Don't settle. Stay hungry. Stay foolish. Thank you all very much.